Hey guys, so I'm just going to do a commentary of structural decay. I was going to do a commentary last video, but for some reason the microphone wouldn't work, but I fixed that now. So I really like this track. A lot of people don't really like it, and I know the creator HairyCabbage definitely knows that. But it definitely is an underrated track. It's really good, especially once you get used to it. You can learn all the techniques because it's very technique driven. Definitely unique obstacles, especially that second one. When I first tried it, I was on stream and I was basically thinking like, oh my god, like this is AIDS because everyone said it was AIDS. But you know what? It's actually a pretty good track, and you know, case in point, the second obstacle. Once you learn how to do it, it becomes very consistent. I rarely do get it in zero faults though. So that was more of just a kind of luck thing, but it's definitely it can be more consistent when you get more used to it. This one's probably the first really sort of hard obstacle, like that gets you a lot of faults, because a lot of the time when I come through here I get at least 5 or 10 faults. I probably played this track about an hour and a half in total, so that's how I was able to get 23 faults. I mean, it's still a bit high. I would have liked a bit better, but I'd have to grind it a bit more for that, and I wouldn't mind to grind it a bit more actually, but yeah, I mean, this is the longest I've really grinded a track in a while, so you know, I would like first place, so I think I'll try and get first place. Oh, and that wall that just went by, that was very hard actually, because when I first did it on stream I thought you just had to almost go full throttle, and HairyCabbage said to me, just sort of go slow and then sort of go full throttle near the end of the wall. And I didn't really listen because I just kept on trying to go full throttle. It's like your brain is telling you that that's the easiest way to get by, but yeah, I'm not sure why. It's obviously not. So it's better the way that I did it. And so I was going on a good 0-4 run there, but yeah, honestly that TP never really caused me that many troubles. It was only just on this run, obviously, because you have to stop up somewhere. This is actually one of the obstacles which is very weird. Like, when I first did it, it was easy. I actually passed it like second or third go, and I was like, damn, this is easy. I did not even know that dynamite under the crate would blow up. But the more not the more I did it, but the second time I did the track, I was actually raging at that obstacle, because I didn't really know how to approach it. I didn't think there was a technique. But then the third time I did it, or after I passed it for the second time, I was like, okay, this is how you do it. You sort of prepare to land. It's definitely hard to explain. But I did blow up on that dynamite under the crate a lot of times, and it was very frustrating. But I eventually did it, and I sort of learned how to do it. These obstacles aren't too bad, but they're sort of fault sponges. You can fault in them quite a bit, especially this one. I actually didn't realize that you could save that obstacle. I think this was actually the first run which I realized that you could save the obstacle. I'm not sure like why. I think because the other runs I was just trying to go for a fast time, and I wasn't really worrying about my faults that much. Whereas this run, I was definitely trying to go for low faults. Well, you know, like a few runs before that. So you can sort of just like back wheel off the platforms which you came up on, and if you sort of just don't reverse back, then you just sort of fall back down the ramps, so it's sort of safe. You can still fault pretty easy though. And then this last one, I think I got pretty lucky, because the run before, when I got about 51 faults, I faulted about 13 times on here, so that's my first go was pretty good. So thanks for listening.